All right, so tell us your name.
Yeah, so my name's James Ziglar. I go by Tyler.
Where you from?
I'm from a little town called Kernersville. It's sits in between Winston-Salem and Greensboro, about 3.5 hours away from here. Closest big town probably, or city rather, would probably be Raleigh. Close by.
How much money you got for you?
Less than 300 hours. I have less than 300 hours left.
All right. What was your first day of barber school like? And how did you feel?
I was first day of barber school. I was definitely excited. It's a new chapter in life. So kind of a mixed bag of emotions. I knew a couple people that was in school already that kind of told me how the first day was going to go as far as the orientation, getting to meet your fellow classmates, instructors, going over your kid, the inventory, just getting the kind of seeing the groundwork of what to expect for the next approximate 16 months. It was a little different. Going from one career bouncing into another one, you're the new guy on the block, so it was also very humbling in that aspect because it's starting over basically.
Who motivates you to keep going when it gets tough?
I would say the two people that motivate me are my wife and my child. My wife, she's been my backbone since we were married 5 years ago when I was still in the military. She's supported me along the way and which routes I wanted to go. So when times get tough, she grounds me. Everything's temporary. What you're working toward is a long-term goal. It all pays off. And of course, my child, I want a better future for her. So this is my avenue. I feel like I can provide as the man of the family that I can set her up for a successful life down the road.
What skills would you say you've developed that you're most proud of?
The skills that I've developed, I would say in barber school would be try not to get tunnel vision, especially when a client sits in your chair. They may tell you what you want or what they want, and you have that idea in your head, but you still have to piece it all together. And even though we might know the process of the haircut, every client's different, and you might run into somebody that wants a medium fade that you've done yesterday, but their hair texture might be different. So now you might have to treat it a little bit different. So you have to slow down and really dial into finding that attention to detail. And I would say that's probably the best skill I've picked up on as far as how it relates to school and cutting hair.
All right. What advice would you give someone thinking about enrolling?
The advice I would give somebody that's thinking about enrolling in barber school, I'm a big advocate for just go shadow a shop for a day. See if it's something that you may or may not like. You might get into this and it's a long-term commitment and you might realize this might not be for me, but then you feel like, well, I need to stick it out now. So you definitely shadow, go talk to some barbers, talk to somebody who may have only been doing it for 6 months versus somebody a couple years, and then somebody who's been doing it for 10, 15 years, and just try to see how each one has progressed, how they feel at that stage in their career, and then make that determination. Somebody that decides to go that route and pursue barber school, just know that it's a long ball game. It may feel repetitive at times, but you have to get up and you have to clock the hours. And it's only temporary. It's just a small chapter in a grand journey.
Okay, well, final question will be, what's some of the best advice you received?
Oof, man, it's tough. Probably I would say some of the best advice would probably be from my grandfather, and it's definitely an integrity aspect of life. Hold your integrity, stay true to your word, and be honest. Those are three things that I'd be the first one to tell you. I've failed at every one of those, but if you keep those in your mind, I think that would put you on a track to at least be a better person day in and day out. Yeah.